that was like part one of the journey, but I was like, I want to test it out in the real world. I want to know what real voters are feeling and thinking. So that is when Auburn Theological Seminary, progressive seminary here in New York, came to me and to Amy Simon, a public opinion researcher, and they said, Amy and Robert, we want you to figure out how to talk to conflicted Christians, moderate Christians, about the place of gay and lesbian people in church and in society. So we embarked on our journey, and that journey involved doing a series of focus groups in the state of Michigan. We chose Michigan because it was a bellwether state, not the most right-wing, but didn't have any protections for gay and lesbian people either. We did focus groups with African American and white Christian voters in the state of Michigan. So here, and there really were sort of two parts to what our research was aiming to do. One, we wanted to listen. We wanted to hear what was preventing people from taking that step forward. And then two, we wanted to know what would get them over the threshold to become more supportive. So this is an example of the types of things that we heard in the focus groups. We're all going to sin. I'm just wondering where the boundaries of it stop. Is this sin worse than that sin? So people were really grappling with this question of sin. But this is not about theology. The takeaway point for this is fear. So that's lesson number one. Fear for the work that we do is often an obstruction, an obstacle to embracing the change that we want to see in the world. So what it turns out is that those folks that were in the focus groups, they liked gay people, they knew gay people, they had gay people who were brothers and sisters, but they feared damnation, and that was preventing them from taking a step forward. So then the question we asked is, what will get them to transcend that fear? And this quote by neuroscientist Gregory Burns helped us to think through it. And he says, familiarity quiets the amygdala. What does that mean? The amygdala is the part of our brain that regulates key emotions, pleasure, but also fear. And so familiarity quiets the amygdala. Another thing that was influential is a research done by David DeSteno and Pier Carlo Valdesolo, two psychologists who study how we react in social situations. And one of the things that they say, and this should not be shocking to anyone, we show compassion or cruelty based on a person's perceived similarity to us. So we tested materials in the focus groups that did a few things. They started with common values. Common values like this. We are all children of God. That resonated deeply because people knew it. They were familiar with that idea. And then we featured messengers that were relatable to them, specifically messengers who were also conflicted Christians, who had a religious epiphany and then transcended that conflict to embrace and affirm LGBT people in church and society. We asked people to rate themselves at the beginning. Would you be willing to have a gay person as your minister or your member of your clergy? Most of the people in the focus groups were sort of like far off to the no side or at least conflicted. At the end of the focus groups, they moved considerably, and some a lot, in embracing gay and lesbian people.